Hi, boys and girls. Week 6 is very fun. There's a lot of steps, so listen carefully. Your I can statement for this week is I can analyze data obtained from testing different materials to determine which materials have the properties that are best suited for an intended purpose. To start off, I want you to watch this updated video on something called Mohs scale. Before you do it, you have one of two options. You can watch it for interest first and then watch it a second time to take notes, or you can create a Google document right away and title it Mohs scale. I want you to think about and answer the following questions. What is the Mohs scale, and what does the Mohs scale measure? And when you look over to the right here, you're going to see that the Mohs scale is a hardness scale. It tells how hard things are. So you're going to be doing an investigation. To complete the investigation and to answer the following questions on your document, you're going to need to make sure you're going to take some pictures of yourself completing the investigation. Again, if you don't have access to a camera, you can always draw these out. I'd like you to walk around your house and gather the following objects: a nail, a penny, and your fingernails, which you already have on you. And then I want you to have a soda can. It doesn't have to be soda. It can be, some people have the water in cans, but it needs to be an aluminum can, maybe a piece of aluminum paper, a piece of wood, a key, and a piece of chalk. So what I want you to do is scratch each of the objects in group 2 with one of the objects in group 1. For example, take a nail and scratch the soda can. Take a nail and scratch the piece of wood. Take the nail and scratch a key, and take the nail and scratch a piece of chalk. Using what you just learned about the Mohs hardness scale, you're going to make an inference or an educated guess at where you think on this scale this object would be. And the scale is right here to the right. Now, when you click on the presentation, you'll be able to make the screen larger, so you'll be able to read it. So as you make the inference, make a number line with where each of your items in group 1 land. So this is going to be your math connection too, and it can be done by, we're just writing on a piece of paper and pencil, or you can do it online if you want to make a document of it. Now, it might seem like a little bit of a lot, well, not a lot, a little bit. It might seem like a lot of steps to do, so take your time with it. Feel free to ask an adult or a brother or sister for help on this too. We will hopefully be discussing the Mohs hardness scale in more in depth at our e-session, so keep that in mind. Now, for your week 6 literacy instruction, you will need a parent to help guide you through some of the steps. This week, you're going to choose an experiment that you will be conducting that has to do with phases of matter. You have a website right here that you could click on, and another favorite website of a few of us teachers are right here to the right. It contains several experiments on matter. You can also use another experiment as long as it's approved by your teacher. On your lab sheet underneath your work from last week, with each section completed, the first 2 steps, the question, the hypothesis, you're going to add a section and entitle it materials, and make sure that all of your materials are listed. So for example, in your first section, it should say, this one has ask a question. So in this section, I'm going to ask a question. Why is the sky blue? As you create your experiment and lab sheet, imagine that I've never done this, and the people that are watching it have never done it before either. So keep that in mind. Make sure the directions are clear and you're being very specific on what you're doing.